Look, if you're broke right now and you want to start dropshipping, but you're terrified of losing money on ads, this video is going to change everything for you. But I need to be honest with you about something first. Most gurus on YouTube are setting you up to fail. You see, nowadays, they're either telling you to do one of the three following things. Post organic videos every day for months, hoping something goes viral, which is basically gambling. Or two, hire UGC creators, which cost $200 per video. Or three, use AI tools that cost $100 per month to create fake UGC videos. And the reality is, if you're broke and a complete beginner, these options don't make any sense for you. Now, here's why you should listen to me. I started my first store back in 2016, and since then, I've generated millions of dollars through dropshipping. And the truth is, I didn't do that through posting videos for free on social media. I did it with paid Facebook ads. And look, I was just like you. I wasn't rich. I was 18, working as a busboy, making minimum wage. But I still got results with Facebook ads because I learned how to manage my limited budget, and I used the content strategy that with AI today is completely free. See, here's the reality in 2026. If you choose a good product, use this free content strategy, and test more than a couple ads, you'll get sales. Those sales recoup your losses, and if you keep testing, you'll find a winning ad that makes it all back and more. And look, I'll put my money where my mouth is. In my recent 7-day challenge video, I got a store to $4,000 in sales, but I lost $300. My team and I kept testing new ads and got the store to profitability, recouping that $300 loss. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to leverage this free AI strategy to create winning content for paid ads and how to manage your budget so you actually get sales without burning through cash. But before I show you how to do this, you need to understand why this works. Because if you don't believe in this strategy, you're going to quit the second you spend $20 on ads and don't see a sale. So let me show you something that's going to change the way you think about content creation for dropshipping. Most people think you need video ads to succeed with Facebook ads, but that's what every guru is selling you. But here's the truth. Image ads work just as well as video ads. And big brands like Avi are killing it with image ads that they're creating with AI. And these three reasons make it a no-brainer for beginners in 2026. First, with Google's Nano Banana AI, they're 100% free to create, and you can make 10 image ads ready to advertise in the matter of minutes. Two, they stop the scroll just like videos do. You just need the right strategy to not only grab attention, but convince people to click through to your website and buy. Here's an example. This image ad right here. It's a dog wearing an anxiety vest, sleeping peacefully during a thunderstorm. The headline says, while other dogs panic, yours could be this calm. That visual and headline were not random. They were created with a very specific strategy targeting my ideal customer. And the third and last reason is image ads let you test faster. The faster you test, the faster you get data. The faster you get data, the faster you find winners. And when you're broke, speed matters, because every day you're not making sales is another day you're stuck at the 9-to-5 you hate. Speaking of speed, dropshipping is known for slow delivery times. Most suppliers like AliExpress take 3 to 4 weeks to get packages to your customer. That's why you want to use a private dropshipping agent like Teamdrop. I've sold over 200,000 units using Teamdrop over the years, and they have been amazing. You get a private WhatsApp chat that sources any product for you. They deal with the factory, and all you do is connect your Shopify store here to the platform. You can see products that are already on their platform as well, and then everything gets synced over to your Shopify store, and then the orders get shipped automatically. The tracking number gets synced to your Shopify store, and you don't have to worry about anything. Best part about it is the platform is free to use. You can get the link in the description below. Now, you might be thinking, but don't videos perform better because everyone is used to seeing short form videos nowadays? Well, here's the good news. On Facebook and Instagram, image ads are still very common, and they actually stand out more now because everyone else is running the same boring UGC videos. See, here's what most people don't understand about the Facebook algorithm. It doesn't care if your ad is an image or a video. It only cares about two things: click-through rate and purchases. Because if your image stops the right audience from scrolling and clearly presents a valuable selling point, your ideal customer will click on your ad and buy. And then that signals to the Facebook algorithm that your ad is connecting with people. And then being that your ad has good strategy, the algorithm will be able to optimize and find more of your ideal customer with ease, which keeps your ad costs down and ROI high. But if your ad gets a low click-through rate and no sales, it signals to Facebook that your ad sucks and people don't see the value of what you're pitching. So both images and videos work, but the question for you as a beginner who has a very low budget isn't, should I use images or videos? The question is, which can get me results without risking money I can't afford? And for broke beginners, the answer is images, because you're in survival mode. You need results with as little risk as possible. But here's where people mess up with image ads. They think they just slap a product on a white background image, add some random text, and call it a day. That's not gonna work. There's a specific structure to a winning image ad. And if you don't follow it, you're gonna burn through your entire ad budget, which would contradict everything I'm gonna show you today. So let me show you exactly how I do this for completely free using AI. This works in 3 steps. And the first thing we must do is audience research, because if you don't understand who you're selling to, your ads are going to flop no matter how good you think they look. So let's start with step 1. The best free tool for this is Claude AI. Now, most people just go to Claude and say, give me ad ideas for my product. And Claude spits out generic garbage like buy now and save 50%. But that's not gonna work. Here's what you need to do instead. First, create a project in Claude. Name it after your product. Second, you need to give Claude context about your product. Now, luckily for you, I already created an AI research process for this I call the Prime Documents. I'll link it for you completely free in the description below. Third, after you complete your Prime Docs, you need to upload them to the Claude project to make the AI a marketing expert on your product. And lastly, the easiest part, you just start chatting with Claude to create ad concepts based on emotional pain points, because emotions sell. Let me show you an example. Let's say I'm selling this dog anxiety vest. Here's the prompt that I would use. You can pause the video and screenshot that prompt. Now, Claude's gonna give you 5 killer ad concepts. For example, one concept might be like this: a visual of a dog sleeping peacefully in the vest during a thunderstorm, rain on the window in the background, and the headline reads, while other dogs panic, yours could be this calm. That's a winning concept because it hits the pain point, other dogs panic, and shows the dream outcome, your dog is calm. Now again, here's where most people mess up. They take the first concept that Claude gives them and they run with that and they hope that that's their winning ad. But you need to test multiple concepts, because what you think will work and what actually works are 2 different things. So I'll take 3 to 5 concepts from Claude and then I'll turn those concepts into image ads in minutes. Here's how. The best free tool for this is Google's Gemini Nano Banana, which is how I made that dog vest image. Here's how to do it. Go to Gemini, start a chat, click create image, and paste the done for you prompt that Claude made for you for that ad concept. And just make sure to add a reference image of your product with that prompt. You can get this image directly from Teamdrop. Watch how it creates the image in literally seconds. Now, your first image might not be perfect. Maybe the vest looks a little off. Maybe the lighting is weird. That's fine. Just regenerate it. But this last part here is key. Right now you have 1 image, but 1 concept equals 3 image variations. Same exact visual, but you'll need to split test the hook. So just take those 3 hook variations Claude gave you, have Gemini generate each one with the same visual, and now you've got 1 complete concept ready to advertise. But that's only half the battle. The other half is knowing how to actually set them up as Facebook ads, structure your campaigns, and test them without burning through your budget. And look, for those of you that still feel overwhelmed after watching this video, you might learn better from having someone coach you one-on-one. You know, imagine me on a Zoom call with you, setting up your ads, managing your budget, reading the data with you. That's what my mentorship program is for. We've helped hundreds of people get life-changing results. So if that's something you would find helpful, it's the first link in the description below. But honestly, the fact that you're this deep into the video tells me you're a hustler. So I'm sure you can do this on your own. So let's get into the last part of this video, which is Facebook ads. So right here is the Facebook Ads Manager. And this is actually the easiest part to advertising, believe it or not. The hard part is coming up with the ideas and creating the visuals, because ultimately what Facebook ads is an algorithm that takes the ads that you create and finds your ideal buyer. So all we have to do here is click create and then click sales and continue. And then we just want to name our campaign, name our ad set, and name our ad. So I'm going to go through on an actual campaign that I just created for the purpose of this video. So the campaign name is going to be based on what your product is. In my case, it's the anxiety dog vest. You want to choose sales as the campaign objective. And then for the budget, we won't deal with that just yet. Let's go to the ad set. I always have a numbering naming convention. Each ad set is the actual ad concept that we're working with. So in this case, this is our ad concept and we're calling it 101. So basically 101, 102, 103, 104. That's how I go about naming convention. It just makes it easy to track. So we have 101A, which is the same visual, just a different hook. While other dogs panic, yours could be this calm. 101B, 101C. So 101A, 101B, 101C, right? So we're going to launch this in one ad set, right? Which is 101. Here we named it. We just choose website. Make sure you add a pixel here. If you don't have one, you just create one right here and then you name it. And then we go down here, make sure to always start your ads 12 a.m. the next day to give it a full 24 hours. And here, United States, because we want to target the US, and we just leave everything as is. Now going to the ad level, we name the ad according to which 101 image it is, because we have 3 images. So 101A, 101B, 101C. So we create an ad in here, we add our image, and then when it comes to the actual primary text on here and the text next to the Shop Now button, we just have Claude do it for us. So what I'll do is tell Claude, write me a primary text that's short, 1 sentence, based on the concept, write me a 2 to 3 word headline that goes next to the Shop Now button. And that's it. I upload them and then the ad is ready to go, because guys, the visual is the most important part of the ad. The primary text and the headline, in my experience, has not been the most valuable thing to focus on. The visual is the most important. Okay, so you've got the full ad structure, but now comes the part that gives most beginners anxiety, which is setting the budget and tracking your results. So typically what I always recommend is $100 per day in ad budget. Now that might sound like a lot to you, so I'm going to recommend a alternative here that's more beginner friendly. You see, you don't have to spend $100 a day to get results, but the reason why I always recommend it, because Facebook's algorithm needs 50 purchases in the first 7 days of an ad running to actually give it a chance to succeed. But if you spend a lower budget, it just means that you're going to move at a much slower pace and it'll take you longer to find winning ads. So when I spend $100 per day, I give myself more of a probability of finding a winning ad in that first 7 days. But if I'm spending, let's say, $30 per day, $40 per day, $50 per day, which you can do, it just means that it's going to take longer for you to get purchases and actually recoup those losses. So it's actually more beneficial for you to spend more, because it'll give you a higher likelihood of getting purchases in the door and actually recouping those losses. And I'm going to show you in real time how I actually look at that data and decide whether or not to keep an ad running or whether or not to turn it off. In this case, this is an ad account where I did it for the 7-day challenge video that I posted last month on my channel. So this ad account, we actually spent quite a bit of money on it, thousands of dollars testing this product. We ran it for the 7-day challenge, but we even kept running it afterwards for a couple more weeks just because the ads were performing and it was profitable. So in the first 7 days, this is the first day of the ad running. So we spent $141. We actually had 8 add to carts, 7 checkouts, 4 purchases, and we had a 3.19 ROAS. Using my pricing calculator sheet here, you can calculate the break-even return on ad spend that you need, the goal ROAS that you need to be profitable, and the goal cost per purchase. So all these data points that you see here, I calculate this in the Google Sheet, so I know exactly what my numbers are. So you can get a copy of that for free in the link in the description below. You just basically put in your cost of goods, your shipping costs, and then you put your selling price, and then it calculates all this for you. So in this case, we need a $28 cost per purchase in order to be profitable, right? So our first day was actually very profitable. So these are the individual ads, right? Because this is the ad set 101, but the individual ads 101A, 101B, 101C are inside there, and they all are spent across each ad. So each ad is getting pushed based on what the algorithm sees has more potential. So on the first day, it actually spent the most on the ad that didn't get purchases, but it spent the least on the ads that did get purchases. So that was weird, right? But you just got to let the algorithm do its thing. It was a very profitable day. We had an overall 3.19 ROAS, and on the individual ads, it was even higher. As you can see with my pricing calculator, I needed a 2.4 to be profitable. So this was very profitable. The rule of thumb is I have to let it run for at least 3 to 7 days before killing it. So the way I look at it is the first 3 days, the 14th to the 16th, did I have positive signs of people adding the cart and checking out? Even if I didn't get purchases, did I have people adding the cart and checking out? That would be a positive sign. In this case, I not only had adds to carts and checkouts, but I had purchases as well. It wasn't profitable overall, but between these ads right here, 101A and 101C, they were very profitable. It's just that 101B was holding it back. It was still the third day. So at that point, I wanted to let the ads keep running because like I said, 3 to 7 days, if in the first 3 days it shows positive signs, then that's a good thing. And so we want to let it run for the full 7 days because the algorithm needs time to learn about who your customer is. So in this case, we let it run. Going into the 4th day, once again, 101B was holding everything back. I ended up turning off 101B and letting 101C and 101A continue to run because they were doing very well. As you can see, 101C had an 8.56 ROAS. So in the first 4 days, we had positive signs overall, but we may not be fully profitable, right? We spent $957. We made back $1478 at a 1.54 ROAS. Technically, that is below our break-even ROAS, so that's at a small loss. But see, you got to understand that when you're first testing, your goal is not to immediately be profitable. Your goal is to test concepts and find the winning ads. So you're investing this money to find the winning ads with the Facebook algorithm's help. Once you find a winning ad, you're going to recoup all these losses. I promise you, as long as you have a good product and you have good strategy with your ads, there is no reason why you won't get purchases that help recoup that ad spend and help basically offset those losses. And then you're acquiring data so that way you can keep testing more and more concepts and find a winner. So in this case, by the 7th day, which was the 21st, we had 101C at 2.78 ROAS. So that was very profitable. But our ad set didn't quite have 50 purchases. So in that case, Facebook did not keep pushing it. So we had to just keep testing more concepts. And that's really the name of the game. Now, let's say I was testing with a smaller budget, let's say $40, $50 per day. It's just that things would move a lot slower. I would get results way slower, but you're still able to see which concepts are doing well. Is it this one? Is this one getting add to carts? Is this one getting clicks? Is it getting purchases at a small budget? So you can still acquire the data and still find ads that are working. It just means that you're gonna move a lot slower. Like I said, I always recommend $100 per day, but it doesn't mean that you have to. Don't get discouraged if you can't do that. You can still test with a smaller budget. It's just that you have to let things run. Don't kill it in the first day, second day, because you're just shooting yourself in the foot. You're not even giving it a chance. Minimum 3 days, up to 7 days before you kill anything. Like I said, guys, if you have a good product and you have good strategy with your ads, there's no reason why you won't get some purchases that help you recoup those losses. And if the ad concept is not a winner, that's fine. You invested in data, you acquired that data. Now your job is just to keep testing, test more concepts, because eventually you will find a winner. And that's it. All you got to do now is take action. I'm going to link the 7-day challenge for you right here so you can see me doing this live. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.